Well, well, well. Good morning. I'm still setting up a little bit, but I figured I'd just turn it on while I'm doing that. I realized I had forgotten to throw some music out there, so I'm hitting there's some buttons and shit like that. But anyway, hey, good morning. It is the Morning Night Live, and you know, I hate getting my car fixed. I just hate it every time. I go yesterday to get some tires, right? I'm thinking, okay, I drive an F-150 and I've got these 18-inch wheels and it's I'm spending almost $200 a tire. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get out of there. Now the guy gives me an estimate. There was a 4 buy 3 get 1 free deal, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get out of there for about $900. But of course, you go in there and they find 17 other things wrong with your vehicle. Now my vehicle's in good shape. I take care of my vehicle. And oh man, so he finds this and that and this and the ball joint and this, that, and you got to flush this and that. And well, I'm like, give me a dollar amount. It's like $1,900. I'm like, what? That's $1,000 more than I was expecting. And I'm thinking, oh fuck, and whatever. But this guy at this particular Pep Boys service station, which used to be a Goodyear tire store, he actually did me a solid. Now a couple of things I didn't get. Look, okay, wait a minute. Now this is the best part though. Not the best part, the worst part, okay? So my lug nuts, I have these standard chrome Ford F-150 wheels. And he says, well, see, they have a problem with those particular lugs because they're chrome-covered lug nuts, and the chrome tends to expand. So now you have your lug nuts don't necessarily fit a standardized socket, so we have to use a couple different size sockets. So if you want to be able to get your wheels on and off with your standard whatever, you got to get a whole new set of lug nuts. 24 lug nuts they're $20 a piece. Let's just say that I skipped the lug nuts and I bought 2 sockets that fit the damn lug nuts. But anyway, he's like, okay, you don't necessarily need that. We can get it back on and off, blah, 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 blah. Now, the good thing was this guy was cool. He actually took care of me and found every discount that he could find. And I was supposed to get these Cooper tires, right? And they had them set aside and they got the wrong tires. And he's like, well, somebody accidentally gave your Cooper tires to somebody else. So I'll upgrade you to the better Goodyear version with a higher mileage rating for no charge. And then he also he dug up every discount he could possibly give me. And I got out of there with all the work done, including an alignment and the 4 tiles and all that shit, for $1,300. No, for $1,300. No, $1,400. Okay, all the other shit was only about $500. Well, yeah, $20 lug nuts, but then he was gonna sell them to me for $10, but I'm just like, forget it. I don't need them right now. I can get those another time. But there's these special acorn style chrome lug nuts and whatnot. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Anyway, so he just he did take care of me. He took about $500 off the bill and whatever. Anyway, I'm just like, because I know enough about cars. I usually work like brake pads and shit like that. I do all that shit myself. The only thing I can't really do myself, I can't do the real heavy stuff because I don't have the right kind of jack. And I can't do, I fix my air, put my own air filters in. I can change my own oil sometimes. Oh, and he threw in an oil change for free too, which is on my truck. It would normally cost $80 just to get the oil change because it's a 5.4 liter engine that has 7 quarts of oil and whatnot. And I use a synthetic blend oil so that it's a higher mileage truck. But I'm just like, holy shit. So yeah, I got out of there for $1,400, and I was like, this guy did take care of me. He took about 400. Oh no, the one thing I didn't do that took it up to like 1,900. So that was about $100. Yeah, so he took about $400 off the bill, just finding discounts that he dug up every single see what Cochran and shit he could find, and took care of me. So now I'm happy. I got my new tires. My tires were almost bald, and that story took way too long. Play the intro. I'll be back. We're going to talk about the Super Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Night. All right, stop the music. I'm trying to find music to play for this day, and I think we're going to go with 2000s pop, but I got to stick with just instrumentals here. Give me 1 second because I don't want to blow your ears out, and I want to make sure that the volume's out, so I have that. Okay, good. I have that part off. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. While I'm doing that, good morning, everybody. It is March 4th, 2020. A fine Wednesday morning. It's Hump Day in the Morning Night Live. Hi, everybody. Glad that those of you who are already in the chat are here. And hang on a second. Let me check this level. Okay, why is there? Okay, hang on. Okay, I need just instrumentals. Hang on a second here. So yeah, as you know, while I'm trying to do this at the same time, yes, yesterday was Super Tuesday, and as predicted, Crazy Joe or Creepy Joe or Sleepy Joe or whatever you want to call Joe Biden did make the predicted comeback. Oh, there we go. Now I got it at about the right level. Let's see if this is good. Okay, that's a kind of a mellow tune, but that's okay because, you know, I just got to make sure that we have a nice little interlude. Oh, by the way, yesterday, I didn't realize how loud I had the music on. You guys got to tell me if it's too loud. It seemed, because I went back and listened to my show. I do that every once in a while just to see how things went. It was really loud. All right, let's get into Super Tuesday because I've been babbling here for just moments. But before I do, let's say good morning to everybody because that's, you know, that's what I do every day. I have to say good morning. Good morning. First in the chat today was Advocatus Diaboli, the devil's advocate who gets the bell. Good morning, sir. And good morning, Green Badger Outdoors. Richo, my friend from down under. Keenan, Axonar. Zombie Teddy is here early. Good morning to Attack Alpaca and Maniac Man. C. Thomas with the requisite penis in the chat. Sheograth, Mike Savage, good morning. And I'm scrolling. Seamus Derby, Lamented Guide. As I scroll, Cynical Lindsay, good morning. I'm glad you're here early today. And Duck Dog, hello. Good morning, Becca Farley. And I think I got almost everybody who's already in the chat. We got a bunch of people lurking. That's cool too. Lurk away. But while you're doing that, reminder: the Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please make sure that you hit the old share arrow down there, or you can retweet the tweet. I threw it in the chat, or you can retweet Becca Farley, who also puts that out every day. Or you can just follow me at PDawg Night down there, Twitter, Minds and Gab, at PDawg Night. Also, if you could be so kind, if you like what we do, make sure you hit the like button. I'll remind you on the way out. And also, if you'd like to donate to the show and help me pay for the... help me out with that truck build. No, actually, I'm trying to build a studio. So if you want to donate to the studio and have your wisdom be a permanent part of the Morning Night Live through a super chat, you can do that in the PDawgNight.live link right. Well, the link's not there, but that's what it is. PDawgNight.live, or the link's there in the chat too. It's also in the description down below. All right, let's get it started. Yesterday was Super Tuesday. And I've got all kinds of Super Tuesday stuff for you. Now, what's crazy... Now, I thought Joe Biden would do pretty well because he, the turnaround in South Carolina, and Jim Clyburn got him, going there, and the brothers and sisters did also. And he also did pretty good in some other states. In fact, he won... Well, now wait a minute. I'm going to say, I almost made the mistake that everybody was doing yesterday. Everyone's talking about whether this candidate or that candidate, whatever, was going to win this or that state. And I'm thinking to myself, every time I heard that phrase, I'm thinking to myself, what does that actually mean? Because this is not the presidential election. These are the presidential primaries. So you think about it, okay? So, Pete Buttigieg. Let's take Pete Buttigieg, for example. Pete Buttigieg won, quote unquote, Iowa. Why do I hear voices? The hell? This is supposed to be instrumental music. Hang on a second here. That's not instrumental. Skip that one. All right, let's get back to this. Pete Buttigieg won Iowa, right? But Pete Buttigieg left Iowa with the same number of delegates, or no, was it like one more delegate than Bernie? He winning the state doesn't mean you're getting all the delegates from that state. So he got like one more delegate than Bernie, okay? And then later, now Bernie won New Hampshire and he got more delegates than anybody else there. But then they went to Nevada, right? Pete Buttigieg won Nevada. But Pete Buttigieg, Bernie Sanders won Nevada, right? But he and Pete Buttigieg left Nevada with the same number of delegates from that state. So every time I heard someone talking about, well, Joe Biden's set to win this state, and Joe Biden's set to win this state, and Bernie Sanders is set to win this state, I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean a damn thing. All it means is they have more votes than somebody else in that state, and they're leaving that state with more delegates than the other candidates. Doesn't mean the other candidates aren't getting delegates. So every one of these states, for example, that Joe Biden won, most of them, Bernie Sanders came in second and still got a lot of delegates out of it, right? And like Bernie Sanders won handily in California in theory, but other candidates still came out of those states with other delegates. So I got really tired of them saying, oh, well, Joe Biden's going to win this state. It doesn't matter if you win the state. It matters how many delegates you come out of it with, right? So now, as we're watching this unfold, Bernie, Biden are going to be neck and neck as far as this delegate count. When we get, at least, granted, I think Biden took a pretty substantial lead, but still nobody is, nobody's really getting to that 50% mark yet. Now, by the way, Bernie fans, supporters, or whatever. Oh my God. The salt on Twitter yesterday. And also on the Young Turks, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later too. Holy shit. I'm just finding this all very, very strange. The way they're making it a horse race by states and not by delegates. But anyway, by the way, a couple people showed up in the chat since I've been ranting here. Good morning, Jaeger Pony, and good morning, Peter Allman. Good morning, MC. Hammer time. And I think we're all here. All right, that's everyone in the chat. There's a lot of people lurking too. Lurk away, enjoy it. If you're at work or driving or whatever, just be careful. Don't look away from things. So anyway, here's the big story from the New York Post yesterday. Joe Biden storms back into Democratic race with a huge Super Tuesday. Oh, just a little Biden slip there. By the way, as you can see, I do have my reparations coffee. I'm right over here. I'm right here, guys. It's reparations coffee right in the hand. A week ago, his White House dream was on life support, but Joe Biden roared back on Super Tuesday, putting presumptive frontrunner Bernie Sanders on notice with victories in at least 9 of the 14 states and even pulling off an improbable Texas-sized upset in the Lone Star State. They don't call it Super Tuesday for nothing, crowed the jubilant former vice president as he forgot which woman on the stage was his sister and his wife. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sure most of you saw that one. Anyway, a cumulative 1,357 delegates were up for grabs on the most jam-packed day of primary season, which spread across 14 states that stretch from coast to coast, including American Samoa. Maintaining the momentum of his campaign-saving victory in Saturday's South Carolina primary, Biden got off to a strong start with an early win in Virginia on Tuesday and topped it off around 2 a.m. with Wednesday with his biggest prize, Texas. Pollsters had predicted that the state, with 228 delegates, would be carried by Vermont Senator Sanders. Those who had been knocked down, counted out, left behind. This is your campaign, Biden said. Just a few days ago, the press declared the campaign dead. And then came South Carolina, and they had something to say about it. In addition to his triumph in Texas, Biden played the victorious underdog in Massachusetts and Minnesota, home to 91 and 75 delegates respectively. His win in the Bay State was a crushing blow to Senator Elizabeth Warren, who placed a disappointing third in her home turf, a result that pushed her already fading campaign to the brink. Now, there's the thing. Yes, Elizabeth Warren came in third in Massachusetts behind Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. Now, what's weird about that is Bernie was ahead in that state, and Warren was second when he came to polling right up until the last day. And then all of a sudden, boom, Biden wins South Carolina. Boom, Biden wins Massachusetts. And I'm like, holy shit. How did that happen? Warren came in third in her home state. Oh, by the way, now Bernie won Vermont, and I don't know if this is going to be, I haven't read this article yet. I'm just reading it as we go. Bernie won Vermont, but did you realize that Bernie just barely got 50% of the vote in his home state? That's crazy. Okay, you would think those Vermonters who've been sending him back to Congress every year, or the Senate, and whichever office he's been in, because he's been in both of them, they've been sending him back year after year after year after year. I could say this 30 times because it's been over 30 years. And it's just, and he barely got 50% in his home state. I think, that Democratic machine, those endorsements, they said something to somebody, because a lot of people changed their minds. He only got 50% in his home state. And the fact that Elizabeth Warren came in third, she still got 14 delegates out of those, so she has delegates. And she said, now I don't know if this is going to continue, because it depends on how much money she can keep raising, but she just recently raised $27 million, so she can ride this out for a while. And again, like I said yesterday, I think she's there to be the spoiler. I think she just, I think she has suddenly has some bad blood with Bernie. And I just think, well, especially because the Bernie supporters and the Warren supporters, now some of them are okay with each other, but some of them just hate each other. And a lot of the Bernie supporters are really, really, really giving the heat to Elizabeth Warren. So that's fascinating. Anyway, and then let's see. Oh, and then, okay, so anyway, Biden's win in the Bay State was a crushing blow to Senator Elizabeth Warren, who placed a disappointing third on her home turf, a result that pushed her already fading campaign to the brink. To win the state, Biden also fended off Sanders, whose far-left politics aligned much more closely with Warren's. Meanwhile, pundits had projected that Sanders would sink Biden in the land of 10,000 lakes, my home state, well, my current home state, After Minnesota, Amy Klobuchar announced the suspension of her founding campaign on the eve of Super Tuesday. But perhaps due to Klobuchar's endorsement, Biden managed to pull off the upset in a state where he had invested virtually no campaign resources. Hadn't even been here. The unexpected win. I liked how he says that they add this. The unexpected twin wins, because in Minnesota, Massachusetts and Minnesota, were the cherries on top of the cake for Biden. Within seconds of the polls closing at 7 p.m., Virginia, home to 99 delegates, was called for Biden. He tallied 53.2% of votes in the Old Dominion, and more than doubling Sanders' 23.1% with 99% of precincts reporting. That is a blowout. But Bernie still gets delegates out of it. The blowout was more than just a moral victory for the Biden campus. Delegates are dished out not on a winner-take-all basis, but in proportion to vote totals to any candidate who clears the 15% threshold. To clinch the nomination and avoid a contentious brokering process at the Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee in July, a candidate must get the backing of 1,991 delegates on the first ballot. If they don't get it on the first ballot, there's a second ballot where they add a few more people who get a little bit more weight included with their vote. By the way, good morning, Tyler F. And good morning, Reese Donald. How are you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sanders responded with an equally resounding early victory in his home state of Vermont. Good for the biggest share of 16 whole delegates. But the wins kept coming for Biden. And yeah, the biggest share of 16 delegates, and he got just barely 50% of his own state, just over 50%. So they weighted if you get more than 50% of the state, they even weight that a little more. But you have to get 15% of any state in order to get delegates from any particular state. But the wins kept coming for Biden. North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Oklahoma, where the wind goes winning down the trail. I didn't know the word there. I kind of left it out. I mumbled it. Anyway, and Arkansas all broke Biden's way as strong voter turnout among the African American community helped prop up his so-called firewall across the South. But it was the stunners in Texas, Massachusetts, and Minnesota that best defined Biden's resurgence, and he acknowledged he couldn't have done it alone. We won Minnesota because of Amy Klobuchar, Biden told its boosters in no uncertain terms. We are very much alive. He also gave shout-outs to ex-Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke. Oh my God. And former South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg, like Klobuchar, one-time White House aspirants who abandoned their own campaigns and coalesced around the last best hope of moderate Democrats in 2020. Oh my God. Beto O'Rourke just been getting hammered by the Bernie people on Twitter, though. Talking about he's a phony, whatever, something, son of a, you know what a thing, a bobber thing, whatchamacallit. Good morning, Sean. How you doing? Hey, Chicago Mike, welcome to the chat. Last minute boost for Biden came as many within the party establishment feared that Sanders, a self-described Democratic socialist, also known as a socialist, could run away with the race. He's always, and it's funny, this whole Democratic socialist thing for Bernie Sanders is brand new. Y'all realize that, right? He's been calling himself a socialist for 40 years. In fact, go watch, who's the guy, go watch Styx Hexenhammer talk about how Bernie Sanders is just full of shit. That's one of Bernie Sanders' constituents, by the way. Styx lives in Vermont, and he just doesn't have a great thing to say about Bernie Sanders. Good morning, John Cotter. Damn it, Chadwick, aka Chadwick Dupree. Welcome to the show. Anyway, let's see. Is there any? Holy shit, this is a long article. All right, that kind of tells you. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. I have to read the rest of this article for a reason. Let's see. As Sanders' momentum grew, so did the dread among Democratic moderates and the party's establishment that the Vermont senator's left-wing policies and revolutionary rhetoric could not only undercut his electability against President Trump in November, but harm Democratic efforts to retake the U.S. Senate and hurt other down-ticket candidates. While Biden more than resuscitated his campaign, Sanders hardly left Super Tuesday empty-handed. In addition to Vermont, he struck back in a big way out west, handily capturing California, the day's biggest prize with 415 delegates. However, he didn't. He won it handily, but not enough because Biden got a lot of delegates out there. Warren got some delegates out there. But anyway, Sanders also romped in Colorado and Utah, home to 67 and 29 delegates respectively. Bloomberg came in second in Utah. Speaking of, we'll get to Bloomberg in a minute. In a raucous campaign event of his own in Essex Junction, Vermont, Sanders didn't sweat the early returns. Tonight, I tell you with absolute confidence, we're going to win the Democratic nomination, and we're going to defeat the most dangerous president in the history of the country. Nor did he signal any willingness to blunt the pointed politics that landed him in moderates' crosshairs. We're not only taking on the corporate establishment, we're taking on the political establishment. The political establishment. We're going to win because people understand it is our campaign, our movement, which is best positioned to defeat Trump. You can't beat Trump with the same old kind of politics. That's what he said. Where Sanders' all-in approach buoyed him with his base, Warren limped through the nightmare Super Tuesday as the contest increasingly looked like a two-horse race. Warren's third-place finish in her home state was actually her most successful outing of the night, as she was on pace to pocket 14 Massachusetts delegates, Real Clear Politics projected. She also picked up a smattering of delegates in North Carolina, Virginia, Colorado, and Tennessee, but appeared to be shut out elsewhere. And then we have Mini Mike. Mini Mike, former mayor, New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg, a late entrant who has reportedly poured in more than $500 million, that's billion with a B, $500 million of his own fortune into the race, fared little better. By early Wednesday, Maine was the only undecided state, but Biden was leading. But Mayor Bloomberg did have one win in American Samoa. Yes, Michael Bloomberg spent $500 million with the B dollars to win American Samoa. Right on, Mike. Anyway, there's another New York Post article about this, and we're going to keep going here. Joe Biden rises from the dead on Super Tuesday, according to Goodwin. That's Michael Goodwin, who is a columnist for the New York Post. It wasn't pretty, and there wasn't a moment to spare, but the Saving Joe Biden campaign did something remarkable. It brought a dead man back to life, and I hope Joe remembered to wear pants in his victory speech. Anyway, for weeks, the former Veep looked like one gaffe away from elimination, but Lazarus-like, he rose from the grave to turn a startling Super Tuesday performance. He won all the states he was expected to win, pulled off an upset in Minnesota, put in a good fight across the board, and won a nail-biter in Texas. He'll do very well in the delegates, and now has Big Mo, as in momentum, on his side. Oh, did Bloomberg just finally officially go out? I hadn't heard that yet. I'll catch that probably in the Twitter trends today. He'll do very well with delegates now and has Big Mo momentum on his side. At exactly the right time, with the field of candidates shrinking and most of his former rivals backing him, Biden has leapfrogged Bernie Sanders and reclaimed the front-runner spot he held almost until the voting started last month. His victory speech Tuesday night displayed his new vigor. Except, his new vigor. And his lack of memory, but anyway, I'm looking forward to the gaffes every time. I want to start watching Biden live just so I can catch them live. He's out and endorsing Biden. Well, that'll do great for him. Good morning, Prospero. How are you? Also, Reason Vision, what's up? All right. His victory speech displayed new vigor, full of fire and rattling off short, simple sentences from a teleprompter. Yeah, he needs to stick to short, simple sentences. He pledged to fight for every vote and heal the nation's divisions. It's a good message, albeit from a flawed, fragile messenger. You know what? I don't need to read that. But then there's the New York Post. I just wanted to show you this anyway out of this article. He's alive. He's alive. Oh my gosh. But there is another wrinkle in the Biden revival. A scramble for an alternative to Sanders was all about solving problems without admitting its cause and identifying the guilty parties. Put it this way, who's responsible for radicalizing the party to the extent that Sanders, a red since the 1960s, could become a frontrunner? Culprits are the very same people who were panicked over a Sanders nomination. Start with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, the ostensible congressional leaders who abdicated their jobs to become followers of the hate Trump mob. They foolishly refused to act like adults and work with the president for the good of the country. Instead, they joined the Juvenile Resistance Club and launched Dems in on a 3-year bender that started with Russia, and ended with the most shameful and partisan impeachment in American history. Non-stop efforts to remove Trump on false charges, no less, was nothing more than a vessel for far-left activists to hijack the power of Congress to attack the presidency. At the end, the failure was obvious, but it was too late to change the course of the presidential campaign. I'm still really concerned about the Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee. The Bernie people are not, how do I put this gently? They're not happy. They're pissed. And especially some of the young Bernie people. By the way, real quick, thanks Peter Almond. Thank you Stormy Sutherland and Tyler F. And Arthur for President, and Necrosol Collins, as well as Becca Farley, of course, for tweeting out the show today. That really helps when you retweet the show or hit the share button. The more the merrier. And if, by the way, if you're somebody here who's just lurking or just watching by accident, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to make sure that you get notifications for the show. All right, let's move on a little bit here. While all eyes are on Democrats, though, there was another big winner in the primaries yesterday besides Joseph Biden, and that seems to be the president, Donald Trump. While all eyes are on Democrats, Trump is the big winner across America. The obvious news is that many voters, after staring into the abyss of Bernie Sanders socialism, seeing Fidel Castro looking back at them, are turning to Biden as their preferred candidate. Biden, after looking like a loser last week, is looking like a contender this week. The less obvious news, though, is that in many states, there was a real fire among Republicans. Even though Donald Trump is a virtually uncontested incumbent, people ought to be staying home. But in several states, they are voting for Trump in droves. The following data is from Decision Desk HQ. That's an offshoot of the Ace of Spades, and I'm going to put a link to that in the chat. It's a really good site if you're ever looking for election results. Let's see. You have to sign up. You create an account and you sign up for free. There's the link to Decision Desk HQ. As of 11:50 p.m. Eastern Time, with many votes still being counted, in those states in which Republican voter turnout exceeded... This is hilarious. Some of the states, the Republican turnout exceeded Democratic turnout. Republicans have an uncontested contest for the most part. And Democrats have like 5 people to choose from. In those states in which Republican voter turnout exceeded Democrat voter turnout, the Republican numbers are bolded. In those states in which Republicans, while fewer in numbers than Democrats, still made a good showing, Republican numbers are bolded and italicized. In Alabama, with 88.4% of the votes counted, 387,762 people voted in the Democratic primary, with Biden winning. Meanwhile, 623,732 people voted in the Republican primary, with Trump receiving basically all but 10,000 of those votes. That's insane. Twice, almost, well, not almost twice as many, but you know what I mean? That's a lot. That's 300,000 or 250,000 more people voted in the Republican primary. In Arkansas, with 69% of the votes counted, it's 216,000 and some change people voted in the Democrat primary, with Biden winning. Meanwhile, 233,000 and some change voted in the Republican primary, with President Trump receiving all but 5,000 of those votes. California, this is crazy. So in California, now this is only 12% counted, a little over 12%. A million people, 30,000 voted in the Democratic Party. 625,000 people voted in the Republican primary, with Trump getting almost all but 50,000 votes. Colorado, 655,000 Democrats, 612,000 Republicans. Massachusetts, 900. Okay, now let's see. In Massachusetts, it wasn't even close. Almost a million people versus 170,000. So that's not. North Carolina, a million people, 1,000,002 voted the Democrats primary, 780,000 the Republicans. So with no Republican challengers. Oklahoma, 303,000 voted the Democratic, 292,000 voted the Republican, and so on and so on. It goes state after state after state. So despite being the incumbent, Trump is still having monster rallies across America. Moreover, several of the above states, while Republicans could well have sat this one out, they made the effort to go and vote for Trump for no reason. They didn't have to. He's already basically the Republican nominee. People aren't bored with Trump. They're still thrilled. No matter the hype on the Democratic side of the race, turns out that many Trump haters are happier to tweet their discontent with Trump and their support for one candidate or another than they are to make the effort to vote. So fascinating that Trump has this huge turnout. Meanwhile, Marianne Williamson's a little bit pissed off. She slammed Joe Biden's rise. Okay, thank you. I got you. Yes. Oh, Uncle Bobbity, what's up, man? How you doing? Bloomberg's out. We'll get to that in a bit. Marianne Williamson's mad at Joe Biden, though. Or not at Joe Biden, necessarily. She says this was not a resurrection. It was a coup. Y'all remember who Marianne Williamson is, right? Marianne Williamson, Democrat, blasted the coverage of Joe Biden's Super Tuesday success, stating plainly that his rise should not be considered a resurrection, or don't call it a comeback. I've been here for you. Did y'all know did you get the reference to my, the title of my stream today, by the way? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Okay. The first one in the chat who puts the song that I'm talking about gets the bell. All right, here we go. Quote, Jake Tapper referred to the resurrection of the Joe Biden campaign. The former presidential candidate and self-help guru said, Avocados Diablo got it. Okay, cool. That's LL. Mama said knock you out. All right. Self-help guru now said in a now deleted tweet on Tuesday night. This was not a resurrection. It was a coup. Russiagate was not a coup. Miller was not a coup. Impeachment was not a coup. What happened yesterday was a coup, she continued, and we will push back. Now she deleted that tweet. Biden, who had no victories until Saturday's primary in South Carolina, saw a flood of support in the days leading up to Super Tuesday. A handful of other former candidates came out and supported the former vice president on Monday, including Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, and Beta O'Rourke. Beta. And then it also caused angst among Democrats on the far left, who blame Senator Elizabeth Warren for splitting the support of progressives while establishment Democrats coalesced around the former vice president. Biden secured it. Okay, we already know what Biden won. But yeah, so that's the other thing. So all these other candidates who are on the moderate side are dumping their campaigns and endorsing Joe Biden. But Elizabeth Warren's just there still as a little spoiler. Now, you know what would really make their heads explode? If she decided to suspend her campaign and then endorse Joe Biden. Oh my God, I can't. I look. I believe that. Oh, now we got hi TC Ball. We got Beta and Amazing. That's amazing. Oh, a little Jesse Peterson humor in the chat today. Welcome to the Jesse Peterson fans. Joseph Legg, how you doing? I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. I didn't see you come in the room. I see you now. Welcome, brother. I'm glad you're here. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. All right. So anyway, Marianne Williams is a little salty. She's not the only one a little salty, but anyway. And then, by the way, Joe Biden did have a little. He had a little tiny blurb last night that kind of was a little. He got a little confused for a moment, and of course, he had confused his sister for wife. And no, he's not from Utah. Former Vice President Joe Biden confused his sister or his wife for his sister while giving a speech after notching several Super Tuesday primary ones. Well, at least he didn't like grab her and kiss her, like one of those, dip kisses and shit. Anyway, by the way, this is my sister Valerie Biden said in Los Angeles while gesturing to his wife Jill Biden. And I'm Jill's husband. He continued taking the hand of his sister. You switched on me, he said after realizing the mistake. Now, that was just cute. And that's one of those flubs that you just think, okay, he's just so excited he's not paying attention who's where. But here it is.
They don't call Super Tuesday for nothing. By the way, this is my little sister Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh no, you switched on me. This is my wife, this is my sister. They switched on me.
That's okay. Now, now I don't even say that's a gaffe. That's just something funny that happened. I mean, he has way better gaffes than that. So let's not be too concerned about that particular Joe Biden gaffes. Now, Warren was vows to continue as we're talking about candidates who are staying and who are going. Oh my gosh, I can't not do it. I have to do it. I have to do it. No. And then you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? Stay. Oh shit! I forgot the words. Anyway. So, Warren has vowed to continue despite winning 0 states and not losing. She came in third in her home state. She got a couple delegates, but she came in third in her home state, but she's still staying. Elizabeth Warren has vowed to continue her campaign despite not winning a single state Super Tuesday and coming in third in her own home state. Now, of course, the president chimed in with Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren, other than Mini Mike, was a loser last night. She didn't even come close to winning her home state of Massachusetts. Well, now she can just sit back with her husband and have a nice cold beer. Oh my God, he's such a jackass, but he's funny. He is a funny man. To some of us thinks he's funny. I just, I look. And by the way, those of you who might be new here, when I say Trump is a jackass, I don't say that as a bad thing. I think he's the right jackass for the right time. Okay, and particularly every New York politician is a jackass in my mind. So there you go. Anyway, Elizabeth Warren makes it clear in Michigan that she's not dropping out of the race, and here's what she said.
Elizabeth Warren, who's in Michigan right now.
Oh, wait a minute.
Addressing supporters.
Here we go.
Cast a vote from your heart and vote for the person you think will make the best president of the United States.
Okay. Well, her supporters still love her. MC,
Because I want you to think for a minute about this democracy.
Yes, let's think about that.
You are the ones who get to pick the person who will be the next president.
Right,
and
they're not picking you.
You are going to do it right here in Michigan next week. People are doing it in California
she's in
now,
Michigan,
and that's what it means to have a democracy.
She got 0 delegates in California.
I'm in this race because I believe I will make the best president of the United States.
And I hope you have a plan for that.
And I want to tell you why.
Please.
I was not born a politician, but I was born a fighter.
Yeah.
And I want you to know this. This is on good. I want you to know this. I got to have a loud voice here. I come by this honest. I think that maybe...
Wait, whoa. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm going to say this because it will sound very racist. But you know what? My mother's half Omaha, so I might be able to do this. What did she say? Something I came across this honest.
I come by this honest.
Honest Injun? That's terrible. I'm a terrible human being right now. I know, but I had to say it. Okay, what did you come by honest there, Elizabeth? Excuse me, Senator Warren. I should be respectful. She is a United States Senator. I've been raised to be a gentleman and a proper human being. Yes, Senator Warren, what are you saying here?
That maybe the reason I fought all my life is because I learned this from my mother.
Oh, you talk about the woman with high cheekbones that had to elope? That mother?
I want to tell you a story about me.
Oh no, she's gonna tell another story. Hi Maddie, how you doing? Welcome. She's gonna tell us a story. Okay, all right. Let's vote before we hear the story. Okay. If you believe that this story is going to be a true story, press 1. If you believe that this story is just going to be another bullshit Warren story, press 2 now. I'm going to wait a moment. Here we go.
Up in Oklahoma.
Okay, it's that. Now that part of the story is true so far.
Okay, we got a few Okies here.
Okies? Ooh, does she not? Well, I guess, technically, to call somebody from Oklahoma an Okie is kind of an insult, except for the fact that she's from Oklahoma, so she might be able to say that. Let's go here.
I grew up in Oklahoma. I am the baby.
Did you grow up on the reservation? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
3 much older brothers. They all went off and joined the military.
That's probably true.
I am what used to be.
I got an idea. As soon as you hear the part that's bullshit, put a BS in the chat because I hear everyone's got it. I see everyone's putting 2s in the chat. That is perfect. Okay, here we go. Hello, Augusto Pinochet, Ginger Power, 10-ounce records. Hey, how you doing? Okay, there's a bunch of people. There's a couple names I haven't seen before. Good morning, Mad Max. And there's a bunch of people jumping in. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now and hit the bell so that you get notifications. All right, here we go. Let's finish this stupid story. And as soon as she starts saying something that's complete bullshit, put a BS in the chat. Here we go.
A late in life baby. My mother always just called me the surprise.
The surprise? Yeah, surprise. Baby Indian girl. Excuse me, baby Cherokee, not Cherokee.
My 3 brothers are all retired. They're back in Oklahoma now. To this day, they are referred to as the boys. That's to distinguish them from the surprise.
Okay, that's okay. Oh, that's the end of the story. Actually, it started out to be a cute story. I was hoping she would try to throw out some bullshit, though. Let's see. Senator Elizabeth Warren. My name is Liz Warren, and I'm the woman who's going to beat Donald Trump. Okay, X'd out. I'm so happy to be in Michigan tonight. X'd out. Tune in as we go live. Detroit City, full of fighters, dreamers. Okay. And then let's see. Elizabeth Warren is currently 4th in Alabama, 4th in Arkansas, 4th in Maine, 3rd in Massachusetts, her home state, 4th in North Carolina, 4th in Oklahoma, 4th in Tennessee, 4th in Texas, 3rd in Vermont, which is the state next to her home state, and 3rd in Virginia. What a winner. That's from the Twitter handle Biden's hairy leg. Oh, that's somebody. Oh, that's a Bernie person. That's a Bernie person who's saying, it says their handle is Bernie1 2016. Oh, I got to open that. I just got to, I want to see this. I'm sorry. We're going to go on the side today. It kind of looks like shoe on head, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like shoe? Let's look at this picture again. That looks like shoe. But it's not. It's close, though, doesn't it? By the way, shoe on head is a huge Bernie supporter. Anyway, let's see what Biden's hairy legs. Here are the homes of Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders. One is not like the others. Use this for those pesky rumors. Bernie has 3 fucking houses. And yeah, okay. Bernie's cabin look. You know how much this cabin probably cost? Cabin look. It's 2 houses on the same property. Is that my phone? No, that's the music. That's $600,000. I don't care. You're a congressman. No, it's not Shoe, but Shoe's a total Bernie bro, whatever. Anyway, we haven't gone over Shank yet. We're getting there. Elizabeth Warren voted for yes for this. Okay, so whatever. This is we gotta do. Let's go. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not. I want to go through just a total Bernie head Twitter feed one of these days, and just I just don't want to do it now. What the hell was that? She's playing with her own boobs. Anyway, all right. Moving on. Watch Bernie Sanders now. Oh, there's one of those ads. Bernie Sanders freaks out and tells Donald Trump to stop meddling in the Democratic primary. Kind of like Donna Brazile did the other day with the go to hell thing. Here we go. Senator Bernie Sanders, Vermont, lost his composure for a moment Monday night during an interview with CNN's Anderson Cooper after Cooper suggested President Donald Trump was on Sanders' side against what appears to be a monumental effort among the Democratic establishment to deny Sanders the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination. Now, what's funny about that, you never know. I see a super chat coming in while I'm speaking. You never know what Trump's thinking. Does he? I find it hilarious when the pundits start saying Trump is terrified of Joe Biden, and so he's trying to pump up Bernie Sanders, or Trump is terrified of running against Bernie Sanders, and so he's doing this and that, or Trump is terrified of Elizabeth Warren. Do you think Trump is scared of any of these motherfuckers? Not a chance. Thank you for the super chat from Dick Beater. That's a very interesting name, Dick Beater. The Secret Service doesn't say get down anymore. They say Donald Duck.
Wow.
Oh, I know some sound effects that I need to add. I got to add a ba-dump bump because I don't have one, and that's the next one I'm adding just for things like that. The Secret Service doesn't say get down anymore. They say Donald Duck. Thank you, Dick Beater. Which one did you give me? You gave me the that was the Boomer Mom dancing, right? I can't even remember what I called that one. Boomer Mom. When you do super chats on the Morning Night Live, you get a variety of choices of dollar amounts that will do special alerts like the Boomer Mom dancing, and you can check that out by going to the PDawg.live link and consider helping us out here on the Morning Night Live, because I'm $1,400 poorer today. All right. So anyway, Sanders, who is normally who's normally emotional on the campaign trail, regardless of topic, was particularly incensed at Cooper's question and addressed President Trump directly, admonishing the Republican to stop meddling in the Democrats' primary. Trump and the Russians are meddling in the Democratic primary. I'm sure they give a shit. All right, President Trump questioned last. Let me get this out here. President Trump questioned last night the timing of Buttigieg's withdrawal, tweeting in part, "This is the real beginning of the Dems taking Bernie out of play." Oh, that's Cooper. Never mind. President Trump questioned last night the timing of Buttigieg's withdrawal, tweeting in part, "This is the real beginning of the Dems taking Bernie out of play. No nomination again," Cooper noted. He also tweeted this afternoon, quote, "They are staging a coup against you. Is he right?" Sanders, who has often said he believes the Democratic Party is actively working against his base of progressives and Democratic socialists, told Cooper that, "You know what? I really wish the President of the United States might kind of spend his time doing his job, and maybe, just maybe, he might not worry about the coronavirus. He might want to worry about the coronavirus. He might want to worry about the stock market. He might want to worry about the 500,000 people in this country who are homeless or the massive level of income and wealth inequality that exists." Shut up with that damn wealth inequality bullshit. Do Brian Stelter? I don't really do a good Brian Stelter, although this is about as close as I get. Let's see, that's funny. Let's see, let's just watch it. Oh, it's 7 minutes long. Hell with that. We're not watching that shit. Anyway, yeah, Bernie was not happy. He just, you know what? I'm sorry. If you believe that those three candidates dropped out and all of a sudden all three of them are endorsing Joe Biden because nobody in the Democratic National Committee said something to them, I have several bridges to sell you on Mars. So President Trump, stay out of the Democratic primary. Sanders will. Why don't you do your job for a change as president? Stop lying. Stop running a corrupt administration. Pay attention to the American people, not just your own political aims. Bitch, please. He's been doing his job as president and hasn't been doing too bad. So there. Poor Bernie. And of course, then Trump mocked Buttigieg and so on, so on, so on. Okay, so... And well, this is what Bernie was talking about. Having some fun at Joe Biden's expense on the eve of Super Tuesday, President Trump wondered aloud whether the Democratic presidential candidate had offered administration posts in return for former rivals' endorsements and added, "That's called quid pro quo." Oh my God, he is such a troller. Hello, Jedi Ghost Bear. Former South Bend Mayor Indiana Buttigieg and Senator Amy Klobuchar both have ended their campaigns for the White House. On Monday, both Buttigieg and Klobuchar endorsed Biden in a contest that looks blah, 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 blah. Anyway, let's see if we can get... Okay, it's only a minute 37. We'll watch this one.
I think it's rigged against Bernie. You see what's happening with Klobuchar. I heard something happened there. And
she endorsed Buttigieg. So you think that was changed?
Yeah. Well, he just Buttigieg.
Oh my God, this is breaking news. This is breaking news. Thank you, Augusto Pinochet, who says, "I've heard that Uncle Joe just got his biggest endorsement yet. Breaking. Corn Pop has devoted his full gang and switchblade, ensuring Uncle Joe wins the Democratic primary." I'm sorry, it's not a switchblade. It's a straight edge razor. Come on, Augusto. Get it right. All right, yeah. What was he saying here? What was Trump saying? He was just saying that. Look. Trump is saying the obvious here. The establishment Democrats would much rather have creepy Uncle Joe. Even if Uncle Joe is in early stages of dementia. Well, I don't know if he's... I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't make... Well, what the hell? Who was it? Pac-Man had some dude on that said that that Trump is in early stages of dementia. Fuck that. Biden isn't demented. He's demented, not just dementia. He's demented. All right, let's move on. Because I want to laugh at Cenk Uygur, but I don't have a link. Oh, by the way, the Alabama Senate primary is going to a runoff. So the Alabama, here, I'm going to just do this real quick and then we'll move on. The Alabama Senate Republican Senate primary race for U.S. Senate went to a runoff on Super Tuesday after the candidates failed to receive enough votes. Former Attorney General Jeff Sessions, remember him, will likely take on the former Auburn football coach Tommy Tuberville, setting up a run against current Democratic Alabama Senator Doug Jones. Doug Jones, man. Anyway, the polls closed in Alabama at 8, where there were 6 other candidates, including Representative Bradley Byrne and former Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore, who is not in the runoff. Both Sessions and Tuberville have campaigned on being close to President Donald Trump. Although, do you think President Trump's going to give Jeff Sessions a ringing endorsement? Plus, think about it. This is Alabama. Now, the only football coach that would do better in Alabama than Tommy Tuberville would be the current Alabama football coach. But it's Tommy Tuberville, right? Anyway. I'm just saying. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to a runoff. So none of those 6 can't. I don't know. Sessions and Tuberville. Trump would endorse either of them over Doug Jones, but I don't think Trump's out there ready to help Jeff Sessions. He's not real happy with Jeff Sessions these days. All right, now we're gonna get into the trends. Hopefully Shank is in the trends because I don't have. By the way, here's let's see. Okay. Oh, Shio. Yeah, I saw this. This girl's a little bit. She's a little bit angry. I'll come back to that. Let's check the hashtag real quick. And also, if you tell you what, if anyone has a link to anything Shank Uger related right now that I can make sure that I talk about Shank, I'll look it up if I don't get anything. But if any of you already have a link, that would be great. All right, PDK News. Let's see what's in the old hashtag right now. Hopefully Shank's in the hashtag. Let's see here. We've got... Nope, we're still in bread pudding. So no one's put anything in the hashtag. So anyway, anytime you want to submit news to me, you can do it a couple different ways. I'm pronouncing whose name wrong? Whose name am I pronouncing wrong, Ginger? Let me know. You can always use the hashtag PDK News with the little hashtag mark in front of it and post it on Twitter, or you can DM me, or you can send me via email at PDawgNight. I'm not as good with the email ones, but I'm trying to get better at that. There's a couple of you that send me articles via email, and sometimes you just got to remind me. All right, let's just find Shank Uger because I'm sure. Hey, it's Shank Uger. Here we go. Yeah, the bread pudding recipe is really good. Please let me find just. Okay. Okay, Shank Uger urged Young Turks staff not to unionize. Yeah, that was a while back. Oh my God, I can't find any Shank salt here. Well, maybe there's some in the hashtag. I don't know. It's pronounced a tub, not tube. Okay, which one? What word are you talking about? Tub, not tube. Chat, my toaster went toast up this morning with my toast only half done. I have suffered a great tragedy. Okay, let's see if we can find. Maybe. Oh, you know what? It might be in. I have one here actually. Hang on. Look for Shank. I had an article here. Just a second. By the way, there was a great video. Tommy Tuberville. Tommy Tuberville. It's Tub. Okay. I'm sorry. I did not know that. Tommy Tuberville. See, there should be 2 B's though. Tommy Tuberville. Thank you for that, because I did not know that. I just remember him coaching at Auburn. I had a Shank story here, and it's gone. What happened to my Shank story? Sorry, this is Shank Super Tuesday. Is you, sir? Thank you, Diz. We'll do that. Shank Super Tuesday on DuckDuckGo. I don't use Google anymore. Oh, well. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Chank's 2020 prediction after Super Tuesday. Chank was not in a good mood yesterday.
Since Biden is going to have a much stronger showing tonight.
Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. We'll just watch this and see how this goes. Normally I don't do Young Turks, but I have to for this one. Why is that screen so big? Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Here's Cenk Uygur last night. And he melted down. He had to leave. He had to leave his own show. I don't know if it's because he had to give a concession speech. He got his ass whooped in his own campaign. And anyway, let's do this.
Since Biden is going to have a much stronger showing tonight than originally expected, going forward, we're going to have trench warfare.
Oh,
and it is
trench warfare. Are you advocating violence, Cenk? Keek, are you advocating violence? What the hell is trench warfare? Let's continue.
Is about to get way uglier. So,
okay. Now, I know a lot of people on the more progressive side of the political spectrum like to talk about dog whistles. Dog whistles. They always talk about dog whistles. And it's funny because they're the ones who always hear the dog whistles, but they like to talk about the people more on the right side of the aisle, our dog whistles, right? But they always hear them first. They always hear the dog whistles. We don't always hear the dog whistles, but they always hear the dog whistles. Now I kind of think that was a, how do you want to put this? A dog trombone, maybe? Or dog bagpipes? Come on, man. Buffalo whistle, yeah. No, I'm talking like buffalo bagpipes. There you go. Buffalo bagpipes. He's calling for, well, he says trench warfare and getting ugly, but that's violence. And that's why I'm worried about the Democratic National Convention. Hi, Renovaccio. Good morning.
So it's not me saying we're gonna do it.
No,
it's me telling you.
It's me telling you with my buffalo bagpipes to make sure that you hear it.
I know the progressive base and I know the establishment that we're gonna go to war, and a war like
war. He's using very, very violent language. Kind of like he used to do with the cops, and then that dude in Dallas shot those cops. Remember that? He's using his buffalo bagpipes. I like buffalo bagpipes. I really do. They hear all our dog whistles, but you're using buffalo bagpipes, Cenk.
You've never seen. Because progressives online are not going to go quietly into the night, into that good night. They're not
you
Joe
mean they're going
Biden's
to have violent rhetoric online, like Twitter violence? The kind that they always accuse people of. That language is violence.
Oh, we'll let it go. Joe Biden has an awful record on civil rights, awful record on the bankruptcy bill, and I can go on. Oh, we'll let it go. And the mainstream media is not going to turn around and be like, you know what? Maybe we should discuss.
Look at his eyes.
Biden's true.
He's really close to tears here. He had a rough day. Goodness gracious! Come on.
Record, right? They're not going to do that.
They're not.
And now we got mano.
Mano. Wait a minute. Oh, Cenk. Have you not been listening to Elizabeth Warren? Elizabeth Warren's in it for the long haul. Now, are the progressives? Is she going to be a casualty of this trench war? Are they gonna commit violence against a woman to get her out of Bernie's way so that it can be mano a mano? I'm just curious. I'm just saying with your buffalo bagpipes that you're blowing here.
Bernie versus Biden, and we are going to clash like you've never seen before.
So, all right, and it gets to the point though. You got to go.
Violence. Violence. Check as mono? Yeah.
Because you got stuff to do. But what does Bernie do? Is he going to change rhetoric?
Is Bernie going to fight? Is Bernie going to actually get out there and fight? That's what Dingleberry here is saying. Is Bernie going to get out there and fight? I don't know.
Change presentation. Is he going to change anything?
Is he going to get more fiery and more more crazy, hair flying everywhere, mad and screaming and yelling? I don't know. Is he going to do that? I don't know how he can do it more. It's funny, I did see a picture of Bernie smiling though yesterday, which shocked me because I don't always see many pictures of Bernie smiling. Anyway.
Or is it just going to be a war that I think in the end Bernie will lose?
No, Biden does not win that war.
Bernie, that's why I was going to say Biden will win. That Bernie will lose somehow, combined, whether it's Biden or a brokered convention and Mike Bloomberg is the nominee or...
Well, Mike Bloomberg's not going to be the nominee now, we know. Or at least we don't think so. Oh, but you know what? In a brokered convention, they can dig up whoever they want to. Hillary Clinton. Sorry, I just can't resist.
Or Elizabeth Warren is some compromise nominee, or Beto O'Rourke is the nominee, or Michelle Obama.
No, it's not. If they, wouldn't that be hilarious? Oh my God, they have a broker convention. They come up with Beto O'Rourke.
Is the nominee?
Yeah, I don't look.
I don't even
No, guys. 2020 is everything, and we're in the middle of it right now. This is Super Tuesday. It doesn't get any more real than this. So
does it get any more real?
Look. Fine, I'll do it. Okay, I feel like I said this my whole life. Fine, I'll do it. Okay.
Oh yes, Jake, because you are perhaps the most influential progressive in America. I'm sorry, I threw over my mouth a little bit there.
No matter what happens tonight, if the establishment media continues to lie about Biden's record, we all have to go and collectively kick their goddamn asses. Of course not physically, we're progressives.
Oh, wait a minute. What did he say? I'm sorry, I was too busy. I was thinking something.
Kick their goddamn asses. Of course not physically.
No, not physically with your buffalo bagpipes.
Progressives. But yes, we will be forceful.
No, yes, progressives are never violent. Never violent, ever. Progressives are never violent except when they're bombing police cars in the 60s and beating up people in the streets in the 80s and beating up people in the streets in the 2000s and whatever, but they're never violent ever, 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 ever.
You're forceful in your lies, lie after lie after lie
after lie after lie after lie after. Oh, sorry, I got caught up in that.
Okay, we're going to call it out. We're going to be very, 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 very forceful. And they want to...
It didn't, what? Bernie's been this co-sponsor of 5 bills, and 2 of them were naming post offices, but you never know.
They say, oh, no, don't watch online stuff. No, they're illegitimate. We legitimate people lie on behalf of Joe Biden and the establishment. We're not going to take your lies anymore. Joe Biden did not get arrested with Nelson Mandela. Who makes up a lie like that? An incredibly stupid...
Yeah, he was slowed down a little bit. He wasn't arrested. He was just slowed down by the police, and they let some people go through, and they're like, oh, wait, he's with us.
Stupid person makes up a lie like that. An incredibly immoral person makes up a lie like that. I would. Can you imagine if somebody asked you and you said you got arrested with Nelson Mandela? Stolen valor. That's what Joe Biden is.
He didn't say he got arrested with Nelson Mandela. He said he got detained, arrested on your way to go see Nelson Mandela, not with him. But whatever.
Stolen valor.
Okay, let me just add because
look at his eyes. He isn't. Poor
stolen valor.
Poor Shank.
That's what Joe Biden is. He's
poor Shank's so frustrated right now.
Okay, let me just add because I'd like you to think about this.
Plus the fact that he lost it. He lost in his silly little race that he was carpet bagging on.
Your things, right? Is that's a fine political tactic to take when you're trying to beat Joe Biden, unquestionably.
And we will beat him.
Okay, all right, but But there is a second component to that, to tearing Joe Biden down. And if Bernie Sanders wants to be the nominee and have the chance to beat Trump and be president of the United States, he has to show political moxie too. He's never had to. This movement happened.
Never had to, because people of Vermont just keep reelecting him, but nobody gives a shit. Why is my open mic? It's not open mic day. What the hell is going on here? Oh, I forgot to turn the open mic day. It's not open mic day. That's a misnomer there, guys.
With him saying the exact same thing.
I hope
this movement is not going to grow big enough for him to win. It might tear Biden down, but it's not going to grow big enough for him to win without him doing something to quell the fears.
I know, he's got to create miracle after miracle after miracle to get past the mainstream media lies. It's true, it is true. Ben's telling the truth, it's true.
But now you got the DNC and all those former candidates on Biden's side. In fact, I think the next endorsement will probably be, what's the dude, the bald-headed guy from New Jersey that nobody cares about? And Kamala Harris will probably endorse Biden. They're all going to come out and endorse Biden. Watch. Just watch. Boomer moment. No, it's not a boomer moment. I just never turned it off from like last week. It'll come in handy on Friday, though. What's the date? Wednesday? Yeah, it's hump day.
But it is because he has to overcome the mountain of lies of the mainstream media. Yes, tyt.com/go. Look, are you kidding me? We need to be sustainable in the middle of this.
What's funny is they're raising money right now too, the Young Turks, trying to raise $2 million by the end of the year. Cory Booker, thank you. Trying to raise $2 million by the end of the year. Yeah, and they say to support progressive candidates. But the Young Turks are having some money trouble right now too, and I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. A lot of you guys who watch Hard Bastards streams have been following that story for a while. Most of you guys, but the Young Turks are struggling for money. They're constantly fundraising, even though they say, "Oh, they do this every once in a while." They're hurting. They've got problems, and that $600,000 cash from YouTube, I don't think that was really for a. I don't think that was really for some little school that they're going to do. I mean, they might put something together, but I think that was YouTube throwing the Young Turks a lifeline because they're very supportive of the Young Turks, and the fact that Young Turks, I don't know what is going on. You know, the problem, they're unionizing. His employers are trying to unionize. They got that $20 million from Katzenberg a while back, but I think they blew through that pretty quick, and they just have too many people working for them. Plus, I think Cenk pays himself like $3 million a year. At least that's what the last thing I heard, read, that he pays himself like $3 million a year. And I'm sorry, but that's gonna go pretty gone too. I doubt 2 3 million times. Look at the views. Oh, their views are terrible. They get less than, you know, they might get a couple 100,000 views per video. Some videos they have maybe 20,000. I mean, they have. I mean, but now granted, they're constant. They have tons of videos, but I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway,
trench warfare.
It
is. It's not a
Buffalo bagpipes.
Look, a week ago, I would have told you. I did tell you. Super Tuesday. I think we got this.
Yeah. And you were wrong again, Cenk. You were wrong again, and now you're just stressing out.
Urban Dream, I think it might be over on Super Tuesday. So I'm not saying this on behalf of TYT or anything like that. We thought it was almost over. Bernie was going to win. Now it's not over. Now we're in a tie. And now we got absolute.
Now we're in a tie. Now we're in a broker convention, and now he's not going to make it on the first vote, and now nobody's going to make it on the first vote, and then the super delegates are going to come in, and they're going to vote for Biden, and then Biden's going to be the nominee, and then Milwaukee's going to burn because we think there should be trench warfare, and we're going to. Oh my God.
Dig in warfare against the establishment. But we didn't start the war. They'll lie about it again. We didn't start the war. They started the war. They've been lying about Bernie Sanders. For God's sake, on Castro, I could give you 1,000 examples.
What did they lie about Castro? What did they lie about Castro? Bernie said it. It was a quote. They showed him saying it. And he's been saying it for years. I'm going Cenk Uygur on you. Holy shit, what a lie. They didn't lie about on Castro. He has been praising Castro for years. Oh my God.
Bernie Sanders said the same exact thing as Obama. Everyone on TV is lying like, oh my God, what an outrageous thing Bernie Sanders said. Obama said the same thing. No, shut up. Don't cover it. Don't cover it. Don't cover it. Obama said the same thing. Is Obama pro Fidel Castro?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that he left this video up thinking that this is a good thing. Hang on a second, gang. I gotta do something real quick because this is driving me nuts. Here, let me fix this real quick because I didn't. Give me 1 second. He's talk about a meltdown. I'm shocked they left this video up, but for some reason they think that this video looks good for them, and I don't know why. I don't know why they left this up because it just makes him. It does not make Cenk look good at all. Here, let's watch the rest of this real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here. We'll do a quick run through Twitter trends. Yes, Mike Bloomberg did. Yes, Mike Bloomberg left the race today, and he is endorsing Joe Biden. And unfortunately, it's funny because Mike Bloomberg now is gonna probably have to put all that money into super PACs because he can't give it directly to Biden. But he's gonna get around it somehow, and he's gonna spend millions like he did in every. Well, he can get rid of it. He could buy a lot of Democratic races in states because they don't have the same rules as some of the national candidates do, and that's how he got he basically bought the legislature in Virginia. But anyway, all right, let's finish this up.
Truth. God damn it, tell the truth. If you're not gonna do it, we're gonna do it, okay? And so you wanna go to war, we'll go to war. And that is what
Buffalo bagpipes
is. We cannot let Biden win. Guys, not just on progressives versus establishment. This is so important. I need you to understand this. Biden is not gonna beat Trump.
And Bernie is. And Bernie is. You think all those independents are gonna break for Bernie? A socialist? I don't care if you want to call him a democratic socialist. He's a socialist, and they're not going to break for Bernie. I'm sorry, Cenk. You are fucking delusional. And you think, oh yes, all the young people are going to come out with it because young people support Bernie big time. Nope, they're not. They're not, because no matter how many times I've watched it, I've been voting since 1984. And you know what? Young people turn out no matter how pie in the sky the candidates are. Young people don't turn out. Okay? They just don't. You can try, but they don't turn out. They'll come out to a protest. They'll come out to come see the Strokes with Bernie, but they don't vote. And older people always the ones who vote. And by the time you're older, you're like, oh shit, now I get it. Now I'm paying all these taxes for all this other bullshit. And you know what? That's when, what's that saying? If you're not liberal when you're young, you don't have a heart. If you're not conservative when you're old, you don't have a fucking brain. I don't think the Epstein was in that thing anyway. All
Biden is either near senile or actually senile. Watch any of the tapes. And Biden lies.
Now, well, at least Bernie, at least Cenk sees that. Because a lot of us see it. And for some reason, the Democratic establishment refuses to see it. So maybe, oh, that's a good place to stop his face. Look at that face. Maybe they will get very vocal about that part. But Bernie's not going to do it. Bernie's too nice to actually take on Joe Biden that way. Maybe he can muster up something if he were the nominee and go against Trump, but I don't think so. And that's the case where, remember, you know what I say all the time? That Trump is a jackass? That's where Trump has an advantage. He's a jackass. He doesn't care. And you know what? For as long as I've been understanding politics, there have been very few Republican presidents who just don't care what the other side think about them. just straight up don't give a rat's ass. Okay? I think Ronald Reagan was like that, although in some ways he was always kind of chummy with Tip O'Neill, whatever. And Donald Trump is like that. And that's why Donald Trump kind of gets things done on the Republican side. Okay? Now, whether you agree with what he gets done or not, he gets them done because he's a jackass. He doesn't care what the other side thinks. And in fact, he'll ridicule the other side for whatever. And that's the part where I say, you know what? It's a feature, not a bug for Donald Trump. Okay? He's always been a jackass, and that's how he gets things done. He doesn't care what you think. He's going to do what he says and, and try to make it work out. Anyway.
Stop. He's going to get caught. He's okay. The media is covering for him, but they're not going to be able to cover when the Republicans come for him. And when Trump comes for him, he's not going to beat Trump. The establishment candidate is less likely to beat Trump anyway. We just had 2016. The establishment candidate lost to a doofus like Trump. And now here we go, an establishment candidate that is far worse with his mental faculties under question. His record worse than Hillary Clinton's. He lies 1,000 times more than Hillary Clinton did, right? And you're gonna run that guy against Trump, and we're gonna lose to Trump again and maybe lose our democracy?
That gonna lose our democracy line. Shut the F up. Okay? We actually do have some checks and balances against that. We're not set up like other countries where the president has that much power. Okay? It can be restrained by the other two branches of governments. That's checks and balances. Shut up with that. We're going to lose our democracy bullshit. We're not a democracy anyway. We're a republic. Shut the fuck up, Jake.
Hell no. Hell no. No, Bernie Sanders is going to win this race.
Nope.
And I'm telling you right now.
Nope.
And it's not just, hey, let's go fight.
Nope.
It's also a prediction.
Nope.
Biden is not capable of winning this. And we're not doing any brokered convention where they give it to someone who didn't get less votes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but no one's gonna get it's gonna get brokered, and I know there's some people predicting that it's gonna be the nominee for the Democratic Party. Oh my God, will be Hillary Clinton? No, it won't. Hey, look, here's the other part. If it is a brokered convention, Bernie has no chance. He's not a Democrat. Nobody wants him. Nobody in the Democratic establishment wants him. None of them superdelegates wants him, except for Jimmy Carter, of course. It's just not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Oh,
Bernie Sanders.
That's what I just said. It's not going to happen.
Going to be the nominee. I'm telling you right now. Thanks for watching the Young.
Yeah, I can't believe that he left that on. Of course, you missed the part where he left the stage and couldn't talk anymore. He had to go deal with his own loss. Let's get the quick Twitter trends and get the hell out of Dodge. Hey, tell you what, if you have any more info on the Young Turks, or if have the video of him where he stomps out, I know he did. Anyway, I don't know. You can send that to me under the hashtag PDK News, PDawg Night PDK News. All right. Let's get to it though here, because I got to get the hell out of Dodge. Coronavirus announces global death rate is 3.4%. That's an interesting statement there, according to the World Health Organization. I will click it. The total number of global cases has passed 93,000, with more than 3,200 fatalities. The latest updates from around the world. Now, here's the problem again with them putting that number out. There could be 3 to 5 times more cases than they have counted, because they don't have a way to test everybody. Some people are asymptomatic. Some people don't get really sick from it. They've already found that people don't do that. So to say that the death rate is 3.4% is absolutely false. Okay, now it could be close to that, or it could be way less than that. But if you think about it, remember we said how many people got the flu last year in the United States, and 18,000 people died from the flu. How many people died from H1N1 back when we had that? And really, we didn't even have a response to that until over 1,000 people died from it. So, I mean, let's whatever. Coronavirus latest, 93,000 infected, death toll rises to 3,200. Tokyo Olympics could be postponed. Hong Kong follows Fed cuts, so they've cut their interest rates. World Health Organization confirmed that COVID-19 is deadlier than the seasonal flu, but it does not transmit as easily. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Read the latest updates on the coronavirus on the New York Times. Whatever. China set to close temporary hospitals. South Korea struggles for beds. West readies for a long fight. China schools forced online by virus run into censors. That's interesting. And virus hammers business travel and wary companies. So the AP coverage is here on AP News. I'll put that one in the chat. I'm not going to actually, we're not going to get into it, but your latest update on the AP is now in the chat. Oops, what the hell happened there? I didn't click the right one. Here, copy. Come on. Copy, paste, click. There we go. Oh, I put it in there twice. All right. So coronavirus, just, keep yourself safe, wash your hands, try to stay with people who are sneezing and all that stuff. Everything you need to do to, same things, you don't want the flu, you don't want coronavirus, you don't want to get hit by a car. Be safe. Do things to take precautions for things like that. Trending number one, though, on Twitter is Black Swan. That's a K-pop thing. I see Patrice Ripley's here. Good morning, dear. And also, good morning, Johnny Hellcat. Patrice Ripley, our local K-pop aficionado, could tell you about Black Swan. Time, 1 hour and 24 minutes. Views, 475,000. They froze the views on it. Likes, 1.7 million. They want to break the record because this is a BTS thing. The Black Swan original official music video. Yes, pretty Korean dudes singing and dancing. Okay. Trending number one. Great. Again, K-pop. Rock on. Number two, Kick It with NCT 127. Another K-pop thing. Number two, K-pop is the shizzle, man. Watch NCT 127 become powerful heroes in Kick It MV music video. That's a music video called Kick It. And one of them is doing as a beauty ambassador for Fenty. So they're okay. So now they're okay. Oh, here's a little. Look at these guys. Now look, I'm gonna wait. Where's this? I'm gonna what you call it? I'm gonna mute it. But these guys are just so pretty. They're just, it's the boy band trend, but it's all Korean dudes with pretty faces and beautiful hair and perfect makeup and costumes and great dance moves. And jeez. Now, I heard these K-pop bands or groups or whatever, they really, I hear that they're almost like torture to be in. They work these kids to death. But, whatever. Moving on. Rigged primaries trended number 3. Yes. On the top of that trend today, the best part is how they will whine and bitch, then totally fall into line like the serfs they are. According to Esoteric Jeff, very amused that people are screeching #rigged primary right now, are enraged because Democrats voted in a Democratic primary for a long-standing Democrat and not a person who isn't even a member of the Democratic Party. Perfect. That's a perfect one. Let's see what else though. Tim Wise, who's the very progressive dude, but actually he's being a little bit wise here. He's being like his name. All this rigged primary shit does is help Trump. The right is trying to get Bernie voters so convinced he's getting robbed that they'll stay home in November if he's not the nominee. Oh, does that help? Not any, because Bernie cares about. Not any cause Bernie cares about. That's what it meant to say. Not the left, not the country, just Trump. Well, Tim Wise, you should probably go look at the timelines or whatever feeds of people who are Bernie supporters and see what they're saying. It's not the Trump people talking about rigged primary. Matt Walsh, it's not a rigged primary. Bernie is a socialist. Most people don't like socialism. Look at any poll that's ever been conducted on the subject. Only young people are stupid enough to find socialism appealing, but they don't vote. That's Bernie's problem. Not hard to understand. Somebody named Stephanie Williams. Bernie bros are the guys who beg you to go home with them, brag about how great they are at fucking, but then they can't perform. They say it's your fault for not being hot enough. They had too much liquor, and it's too cold in this room. Nah, you're just limp, dude. Rigged primary. Wow. Shots fired. I need a shots fired sound effect too. Let me see if I can find somebody Bernie. Oh, here we go. Here's somebody who is on the other side of that coin. Senile war criminal Joe Biden is living proof that America is a kakistocracy where the most corrupt and incompetent get promoted to high political office. In any functional democracy, Biden wouldn't even win a race for a local dog catcher. Hashtag rigged primary with the "Hi, I'm Joe Biden, and I forgot this message." And here it is, watching Biden and Bernie supporters fight on the rigged primary tag, LOL. You know, that's funny because I had a similar feeling this morning when I did this one. Me watching Bernie Twitter versus Biden Twitter today. That would be me. Perfect. All right, moving on. Let's go. Wednesday Wisdom's trending number 4. That would be, I'm sure there's going to be something. Oh, perfect. At the top of Wednesday Wisdom today, we have Ms. Krasenstein, which is either Brian or the uglier of the two Krasensteins. I haven't figured out which one tweets on these, though. But here it is. Ms. Krasenstein says, I don't care which... I got to say it like they do. I don't care which Democratic candidate you support. I'm sick of all the infighting. If you really give a crap about America and the path we are headed down, stop attacking Trump's possible opponent. She will be the one to save us from a dictatorship. Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom. And he's number 2. Here we go. Trump spent the better part of the morning saying that Democrats have a rigged primary. Reminder, the GOP canceled primaries in Kansas, Nevada, South Carolina, Alaska, Hawaii, New York, Virginia. The primaries are rigged if you're a Republican. No, we already have a nominee, dipshit. There are no serious candidates running against President Trump. Get it through your fucking skull. And he's number 3 on Wednesday Wisdom. Michael Bloomberg is out of the race for president. The perfect scenario for Democrats is now a Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren ticket with Bloomberg's bunny behind them. It would be Trump's worst nightmare. Who agrees? Well, here's the problem, Brian Krasenstein, or the uglier of the two Krasensteins. I don't know which one you are here. Bloomberg's bunny. They have to be very careful how Bloomberg spends his money. And the Bernie people would shred. And I mean absolutely shred Joe Biden if he relies on Bloomberg's money. Just saying. Besides, the established Democrat, the money Democrats, the donor class of Democrats are already behind Joe Biden. Okay? They've gotten rid of Klobuchar. They've gotten rid of Cory Booker. They've gotten rid of Buttigieg. They've gotten rid of Kamala Harris. They've gotten rid of Beta. And all of them, I'm sure Harris and Booker will jump in line since all the black people are voting for Biden anyway, are all endorsing Joe Biden. The donor class, everyone who would be part of the donor class or who would get money from the donor class is already behind Biden. Okay? And Bloomberg, the former Republican, you probably don't want him too much behind Biden. Just the optics for the Bernie bros would cause the Bernie bros to stay home. if suddenly Biden started getting all buddy-buddy with Mike Bloomberg. Just saying. All right. Is there any real wisdom here today? Here we go. Here's the real wisdom of the day. Never do anything you wouldn't want to explain to the paramedics. That is our Wednesday wisdom. There we go. Never do anything you wouldn't want to explain to the paramedics. Do frozen potatoes in the butthole remind you? Does that remind you of that? Maybe a little bit. All right, moving on. Remember the frozen potato in the butthole story about something with hemorrhoids or something? Bernie or bust 2020. Uh-oh, how it feels to be a Bernie supporter after Klobuchar and Buttigieg and Bloomberg drop out to endorse Biden. Oh my God. Help. He's got a boner. Oh my God. 90% of burners went. Oh, Bernie or bust 2020. According to Arias Blooms, 90% of burners went and voted for Hillary in 2016. And you all spent 5 years trashing them. I don't think they'll make the same mistake and vote for Joe Biden this time around. Bernie is already the compromised candidate. For what? Fuck off. Someone named Josh says, as someone who loves Bernie, you should all be ashamed by this behavior. This is a democracy. No, it's not. It's a representative republic. But anyway, our person doesn't always win. But you don't lose sight of the big picture and act spiteful. Bernie or bust 2020. And then this last one. You really think Biden can go toe-to-toe with Trump and come out on top? Get the fuck out of here. Once those two are on the debate stage, Trump will stomp all over Biden's family and his record, not to mention all the conspiracy bullshit he will bring up. Bernie or bust 2020. I relish Trump on stage with either of these two. Because look, everyone, all of Trump's dirty laundry is out there for the world to see. What else can they say about him? They can make up some shit. They can pull up some bullshit. But kind of like in what's that show movie? Kind of like 8 Mile. I know Eminem hates Donald Trump, but this is just an analogy. Kind of like an 8 Mile, where the rabbit's shit was all on the stage, and the guy who was trying to clap back at him just couldn't figure out anything to say. That would be Joe Biden. That would be Joe Biden. Anyway, moving on. So Bernie or bust is trending. Good for that. Bloomberg is out. That is the hot news of the day. Michael Bloomberg has left the race. So much money spent. Such small returns. Steven Crowder. Mini Mike Bloomberg. It's true then, money really can't buy everything, including elections, height, and convincing people you're not a dick. Okay. That's a little harsh. Bloomberg is out and endorses Biden. I imagine we'll hear from Warren later today or tomorrow. If she drops out and endorses Bernie, the race is on. It's on, bitches. I don't think Warren's going to drop out real soon. I just don't. She's hoping she'll get a bump in Michigan. That's why immediately after Super Tuesday, she did her speech from the great state of Michigan. Okay. Bloomberg is out because money can't buy you love and an election. Endorses establishment Joe Biden. Mike won't get it done. We pronounce it Tejas. We pronounce him El Loser. All right. And Donald Trump says, Mini Mike just quit the race for president. I could have told him long ago that he didn't know what it takes, and he would have to save himself $1 billion, the real cost. Now he'll pour money into Sleepy Joe's campaign, hoping to save face. It won't work. The establishment is joining together to ruin Bernie Sanders. All right. We know Bloomberg's out. Bye, Bloomy. But I don't think it's the last we heard of. Oh, Talcum X is trending. Martin Luther Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is trending. I saved a whole list of those. He's Jarvis DuPont, who is the soulmate of Titania McGrath, says it doesn't matter what you said. What matters is Sean King's interpretation of what he thinks you said. Stay in your lane and learn to respect POC's lived experiences. That's because Rachel Maddow, Sean King said something. Okay, let's look this up real quick. Holy shit, I'm going to be late. So Sean King tweeted this out. Breaking: MSNBC and Rachel Maddow just reported that multiple senior officials within the Democratic Party are interfering with the primaries to stop Bernie Sanders. They reported that the party has asked Bloomberg to drop out so that Biden would have an easier time against Bernie. Oh my God, and that has 30,000 likes, 9,000 retweets, and it's funny because I don't know what Rachel actually said. Somebody says they have a clip of it, but here's what. So Rachel Maddow says, "What? No, I didn't report any such thing." So then this is here's what he's referring to.
Nobody has ever done this before, but still, it's striking to hear Letterman say that the Bloomberg campaign is experiencing intense pressure from multiple sources inside the Democratic Party that he needs to quit. It's also
Now, that's fascinating. So what did he wrote? He just reported multiple senior. Now look at this. Look what he changes this to. Here's what she said. The Bloomberg campaign is experiencing intense pressure from multiple sources from inside the Democratic Party that he needs to quit. What does that mean? Up here he said multiple senior officials within the Democratic Party are interfering with the primaries to stop Bernie Sanders. What? Where the beta? Did he say anything about Bernie Sanders? Did she say anything? No. Holy shit. Then and here's the segment. Then you followed up by commenting on his claim that senior officials within the party were calling on Bloomberg to drop out in the name of helping Biden and harming Bernie. What?
Tense pressure tonight on Mike Bloomberg to bow out of the race, clear a path for Joe Biden.
Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe he was a little bit right there.
People within the party, people who have a lot of influence.
You know what? Here's the deal. So Sean King and Rachel Maddow are fighting online, and Sean King's kind of right there in a way, I guess. He brought the receipts. Oh, this is. Oh, what was I doing? Wait a minute. Hold up. Hang on. Watch this. Let's go back to this. Me watching Bernie Twitter versus Biden Twitter today. I'm back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, moving on. I got to hurry up because I'm out of time. Sessions is trending. He's in a runoff against Tommy Tuberville. Thank you for correcting my pronunciation of that. I can't remember who did that, but thank you. It was, I want to say it was it Patrice? No, it was, who did that? Whoever reminded me. It was, I can't remember. Anyway, thanks for helping me get that right. I appreciate it. I'm going to skip that. Lunging Vegans? Lunging Vegans, a great band name for Super Tuesday 2020 headline. Oh, because the Joe Biden's epic tussle in a split-second blocking maneuver. She protects husband from lunging vegans. So the cow people, the anti-dairy people, rushed the stage when Joe Biden was giving his speech, and Jill Biden and what's her campaign manager name, the bald black woman. Anyway, they did a good job of blocking these nutbags coming at Joe Biden. I don't know where the Secret Service was. Joe Biden's supposed to still have Secret Service protection as a former vice president. But anyway, so the words lunging vegans is trending because it would make a great band name. Lunging Vegans is now competing with Hot Pocket heiress for my next band name. I really don't know how anyone is worried about the fate of civilization when we now have headlines that include the phrase, in a split-second blocking maneuver, she protects husband from lunging vegans. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, with Bloomberg is trending. What? With Bloomberg, who will speak for America Samoa? Oh, with Bloomberg out. Yes, Bloomberg did win American Samoa. $500 million. Simone Sanders, thank you, is the advocate for Bernie Sanders is Simone Sanders. $500 million, and he wins American Samoa. You know where? Can you even tell me where American Samoa is? I know where it is. Do you know where American Samoa is? Okay, while I'm answering this question, because by the time you hear this, you probably already typed in the chat. American Samoa is in the Pacific Ocean, not very far from Australia, but it is an American territory. And Michael Bloomberg, who's going to speak for American Samoa now that Bloomberg's out? That's a great question. That is a great question. Now they'll release a cascade of endorsements, cut deals with Bloomberg and Warren, and have everyone turn their fire on Bernie relentlessly, including the media organizations, and try to keep Biden from speaking long enough for the people to realize some of his marbles are missing. All right, so everyone's talking about what they're going to do with Bloomberg, who don't care. Alex Trebek is trending. Oh, no. Alex Trebek gives 1 year update on his pancreas. Okay, good. Wait a minute. How long will I have to scroll before the Denzel Washington gif comes up? Because with Alex Trebek trending. How many? I'm going to say 6. Put a number in the chat. Alex Trebek gives 1 year update on his pancreatic cancer diagnosis. The beloved Jeopardy host recently surprised the Los Angeles homeless organization with a $100,000 check after touring the facility, its president said. Very good. Good on Alex Trebek. He's a good dude. Jeopardy host Alex Trebek donates $100,000 to help Los Angeles area homeless. God, I can't even talk. I'm so worried about that Denzel gif. Homeless charity. Here it comes. Okay, that's 3. We're so lucky to still have Alex Trebek. 4. That's a paid one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, not yet. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Where is it? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? No, there it is. There it is. Whoop, there it is. Swing. All right, he's not dead. And Hervis Rogers, one Texas voter had to wait nearly 7 hours to cast his ballot on Super Tuesday. And you know what? It's funny. So we had all these primaries, and there's some places where people had to wait a long time and whatnot. And there's people blaming the Republicans for how long it had to take to vote in a Democratic primary. It took 7 hours for Hervis Rogers to vote at his polling place on the HBCU campus at Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas. Texas has closed 750 polling places since 2012, many in black and brown communities, causing long lines and waits. Voter suppression. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, the dude's trending on Twitter. Hervis Rogers is the most famous person that's not a celebrity or a politician in America right now on Twitter. So anyway, they closed 750 since 2012. Really? Now notice this though. So they say Texas has closed 750 polling places since 2012. Many in black and brown communities. Yeah, I got that too, Becca. Many in black and brown communities. Now, that's interesting. So if many of 750, if it's only many, well, then the rest are in white communities. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta go faster here. PlayStation. Okay, Wacky Wednesday. We'll skip that. PlayStation 2 is now 20 years old. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I remember buying a PlayStation 2 for my kid. Oh my god. Anyway, Warren Dropout is trending because the Bernie people want Warren to drop the fuck out. Warren Dropout, on God, you're fucking this up for everybody. Bullshit. Just because she's a woman, I'm not going to automatically stand by her. Warren Dropout. That's because I generally feel for Elizabeth Warren supporters. She has had one of the most competent and well put together campaigns. Is this the Onion that has been balanced by passion and plans? But I hate to say it, if she were a man, she'd be in the top 3 in a walk. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Really? Oh my god. I want so badly for Warren to prove me right against the snake emoji people. She must drop out now and endorse Bernie. The progressive movement is her. Whatever. So they want her to endorse Bernie. Moving on. Oh my god, more K-pop down here. I'll skip that. Wednesday motivation. Rig DNC, that's still trending. It's kind of in there twice. And finally, my right decision hashtag is trending. We'll just do a couple of these and then I gotta get out of here. Today is our right to control our own bodies. to imagine our futures to be free. I promise you this, Planned Parenthood will never stop fighting to keep abortion safe and legal. We will never stop fighting to make it more accessible. My right, my decision. Proud that I am the only person in faith willing to speak up about the very necessary right to safe and legal abortion. My right, my decision. So it's a pro-abortion hashtag. It's on today. You know me, I believe that it probably should be safe and legal, but maybe it just needs to have some criteria for determining whether or not you shouldn't. But that's it. All right. Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner is an absolute joke and is responsible for most of these decisions. He is a person of color. Oh, as far as the Texas Southerns in Houston, and you know the local. The funny thing is, polling places are set up by the people who live in the area. Most of these large areas where you hear them bitching about closing polling places are in Democratic strongholds, not Republican strongholds. It's not the Republicans closing your fucking polling places, you moron. This was a Democratic primary. You could have added as many polling places as you thought you needed. But no, you're going to blame the Republicans on closing polling places. Fuck off. I guarantee you, if there's in the cities, fix it yourself. All right. And on that note, I gotta go. Hey, everybody, thank you for being here today at the Morning Night Live. If you like what we do, there's a lot of people in the chat and watching the show who haven't hit that like button. Hit the like button on the way out. Duck Dog, you know what you can do. And please share the stream out if you're watching after the fact on replay. Please make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below so that I know that you were here and I can acknowledge you. And finally, we do take donations at the Morning Night Live just to keep the show going, just to make this, you guys are my lifeblood when it comes to that. I don't think you realize how much that helps when you guys do the donations. Right now it kind of pays for all the stuff that I've been adding, fixing, and replacing shit and stuff. So that really helps, and it pays my cable bill once in a while, or internet bill, whatever you call it. So I do appreciate you so much, and it's a great incentive to keep going. But on that note, I really do have to leave. Thank you so much again for being here. I gotta go. My name's PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye bye. Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.